All right, now we are finally live. Oh,
Nice.
I told you I'm about to put this laptop out to pasture. I tell you what, it has been to Afghanistan with me twice though,
Oh, okay. Well, you
so
can't
it's
really give
it's
up on
it's
it so
earned
easy.
it's earned its status. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has earned the right to not work that well anymore. What's up, everybody?
Agreed.
Thanks for
Agreed.
joining us for a friendly battle between myself and the modern Norseman, aka Jason. Hey, Jason, for those of you guys out there not familiar, I already put your link in the video description. So anybody that's not already subbed to him, go ahead and subscribe to his channel and
Appreciate
his.
that.
So he's got the YouTube channel and an Instagram. But tell the peoples about yourself.
Oh, I'm just average old Joe, respiratory therapist, personal trainer, heritage, mostly Scandinavian. So,
So
just an
hence the Norseman.
enthusiast. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. The SS and the way the name is spelled is for the Camaro SS that I have. Channel was originally going to be car content and just decided to shift gears, so to speak, to
I see what you did
yeah, you like that,
there.
didn't you? To because I'm a whiskey and bourbon enthusiast, love cigars, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
um, you know, reviewing this will be my first actual blind flight. Don't know that I have enough material in my memory to draw on to distinguish things, but I do like getting the notes from the palette and stuff like that. So more of an enthusiast, but hopefully this will become my thing and I'll enjoy it.
I hope you enjoy it too. And I'm honored that I get to be your first blind fight battle
Yeah, yeah.
skirmish.
This will be an easy one.
Yeah.
I
It'll
promise.
be fun. And I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage today myself because usually I don't go on or start drinking nearly this early. I literally just got done eating dinner. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's Taco Tuesday, so I've got some great chili powder and cumin type spices on the palate right now.
Well, look,
Do you have a control drink?
I do have a Buffalo Trace store pick
Oh,
out of
nice,
the Whiskey Riffs Lounge from Kelsey Dime.
awesome.
Um, but yeah, I need all the help I can get. Believe me,
Okay, no worries. And you got the score sheet?
I do. Yep.
Awesome. All right, guys. So this is my favorite drinking game. It's pretty much guess what you're drinking. So he gave me 4 sample bottles. A, B, C, and D. So this is all I know about what I'm going to start drinking is what was in A, B, C, and D. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting these poured. Oh, and you got tape on.
I'll
So we
do the
pour them.
same.
We'll go through and try to guess what's in our glass on 4 different categories as per the new Northwest Bourbon official score sheet that I sent to Jason. And so the first is guessing if it's a bourbon or a rye. It's yes or no, or I mean one or the other, and that's worth 1 point if you get it correct. The second category is it finished? And so if something is finished in a second barrel or with staves or anything like that, it doesn't matter if it's just a double barrel or if it's like a wine finish or whatever. Is it finished? Yes or no? And that is also worth 1 point. Then guess on proof. And I think the way that I do it is some people just give a point with it if you're within 3 or 5 or whatever. But I give you A points if you're within 10, but if you're within 5, you get 3 points. And if you're within 1 point either direction, then you get 5 points. So if you nail a proof on the head, you get 5 points because I think that is when you start really developing your palate and you start getting better at guessing stuff like that. I think you should be rewarded.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
you get
agree.
5 points for that. And last is distillery, and that is a 3 point question. If you get the distillery correct, like Jim Beam, Four Roses, Wild Turkey, whatever it is, yeah, just the head distillery, not like what bottle is it, but if you guess the distillery, then you get 3 points. So this is a fun game to play with your friends, and it's just a friendly game. It's not like there's money involved or necessarily even bragging rights. You'll see a lot of other channels just talk about that they had a great time during the battle, and a lot of times they don't even mention who wins because the point is that we're having a good time. And I sent him bottles in his samples of if he came over, I would be like, oh, try this one and try that one and see what he likes. And so I sent him ones that are ones that I hope that he likes.
Same here. Didn't send you anything that I think is bad. Everything that I enjoy.
A, B, C, whatever. What else is everybody drinking out there? Shredward was first one in the house. What's up, Shred? It's good to see you, buddy. There's you and me. William Hall is in the house.
Skull, everyone. What's up?
Trevor's in the house. What's up, Trev? Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. The Liquor Camp Battle Time. Absolutely. Possum Crew. He is the bearded beauty. Muscles of meat. Slayer of stags. The Norseman. So you get like the Mother of Dragons introduction there.
Nice. I'll take it all day.
Let's go, gentlemen. Ben the Demon Hummer. What up? Bourbon Ranch. Make me clown. Thank you, everybody, for being here. For all of you that are here. I know there's other places that you could be right now, but you're here with us. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. Watch this ass whipping that I'm about to receive.
Is there anything super limited that either of you sent? Super limited. Depends on what you mean by super limited.
I would say I don't know, probably by a lot of people's standards. I would say one of them. The other one, starting to see a little bit more in my area. So maybe a couple, but probably one for sure people would consider fairly limited in most places.
If you haven't tried all four, then you've seen all four. I'll tell you that. Okay. But I'll also give you the hint that you haven't had these exact bottles.
Yeah, there's got to be a curveball in there. So,
yeah.
And that's something that is just going to take time with me, is trying to have that memory to recall on from different distilleries, things like that. Just don't have that much in my memory just yet. Hadn't done this enough. And of course, anytime you're doing a blind back to back is just going to be even harder to do. So this will be difficult. It'll be fun, but it'll be difficult.
Yeah. T-Rob in the house. Early times.
What's up, Tim?
Dude, that's what I poured for my control. Early times bottle and
nice. That's a good one. That's a good one.
For those of you guys not familiar with a control pour, I usually pour my something that's 100 proof unless I get Wild Turkey 101. And the reason is because it gives me a baseline for my palate to acclimate to not only drinking whiskey, but also show me, based on what I've eaten that day and blah, 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 where that 100 proof line is. So when I drink one of his samples, I'll say to myself, is this above or below what I've been drinking so far tonight? Because that is a good trick baseline step to use when you're playing this game. Troy's in the house. Good to see you, Troy. Chris Tats, you're already awake. What up? T-Rob. All right. Sorry, I feel like I've just been chatterbox over here this whole time.
That's kind of like when whenever you wake up late for work and you always feel like the whole day you're behind.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. So anything that throws you off your schedule, you always from then on feel kind of rattled or behind.
Yeah, I was telling Jason in the back room that we started 15 minutes late because my computer decided that it didn't want to work today. And so when I first turned my computer on, there were certain keys that weren't working at all. So when I was typing in my password to fire up my computer, I couldn't because some of the keys just simply wouldn't work. And so I restarted my computer. Then it took a good 10 or 15 minutes to restart. Like it fell out of its wheelchair, couldn't find its crutches. I don't know what's wrong with it. And then when I got it back going, the keys weren't working at all. So I had to run to my office, grab my USB plug-in keyboard. And, I have one of those things on the back of my desk that is like a cord holder. So I had to open that up and get all the cord out because it was a pain in the butt. So that's why we're late today.
And of course, it would happen right beforehand. You had something scheduled to do. Of course,
it
does.
Yeah. It didn't happen last night when I was just in here, working on emails, and I made the spreadsheet and made the thumbnail. When I'm just doing stuff where I have just all night to do it, nope, doesn't happen then.
Yeah.
All right, I've got glass A in hand.
All right.
And cheers, buddy. Thanks for being here.
Skull, thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm. So just a reminder, we're doing, is it a bourbon or a rye? Is it finished or not? Then guess the proof and distillery. Some channels and some whiskey people do it different. Some of them want you to guess a bottle or guess what state it's from.
Mm-hmm.
Or what the secondary grain is. I've seen some people do that before.
Yeah, that's way beyond my pay grade.
Hey, Martin's in the house. What's up, Martin? Good to see you, buddy. Can only hang for a bit as on swing shift today. Oh, right on. Cheers, Tater Dom. Good to see you.
What's up, Tater Dom?
Oh, my goodness. That's what they call a spicy meatball. Yeah, dude, this first one was pretty hot.
It's pretty sweet. Got a nice subtle spice to her.
Man. Yeah, A is spicy.
Not too proofy. Enough proof, but not too proofy.
I'm going to say bourbon. Not finished. They say trust your instincts. If something comes to mind right away, that's probably the right thing.
Usually that's the case.
Cheers, everyone. Good luck on the blind. Thanks, Gandy Bro. Good to see you.
Thank you, Skull.
Cheers, everyone. Driving and working. Peace. All right, Ben. Anthony, thanks for coming in, buddy. If you missed it, I have the honor of being victim to Jason's first ever blind battle.
Victor and victim. You're going to be, you're both.
Yeah. The winner is both of us for getting in with
absolutely.
Each other's good whiskey.
That's a fact.
Man, get to drink a bunch of whiskey you didn't have to pay for.
Let's see. I feel like that's going to be. around that. Ooh, I don't know.
Ooh. Ooh, now I'm tripping on it. If B is a bourbon or rye, because I'm definitely calling it finished. It's got a lot of great bright fruit notes.
On B?
Yeah. Like cherries and blood oranges. It's weird. So I think it's some kind of a wine finish. Because you usually don't get a flavor combo like that unless it is a wine finish. I'm probably going to be off on the distillery, but no, that's tasty.
Did you like that one?
It's pretty good. I'll be the second victim. Oh, Anthony's down for a fight, dude. Anthony, I haven't seen you do a blind battle with anybody. I would love to have you on the show to do that. That'd be fun. I'll open it up once we're done with the flight. If anybody wants to jump on and hang out for a bit. I know Livewire will have just an open pub. But the part I don't like is when the guys that are there to play a game are trying to communicate to each other or to the judge or the person who sent them or whoever else is there. There'll be other people chatting, just like it's a real bar, which is great. It's a lot of fun. It's how we get together in this DUI prevention task force that we're in here, drinking from home. But I wanted us to be able to concentrate, especially it being your first battle.
Well, I appreciate it because I need all the help I can get.
Livewire about 2 or 3 months ago, Adam and I. Oh, so you have been on a battle before. Awesome.
I don't know what the hell that's.
I must not have caught that one. Bourbon, if I should give you some info, actually, you definitely have more of the same topics that either never got answered or have to correct 1 or 2 items. Yeah. Yep. Appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Tully? Good to see you, bud. I don't know if I like A or B better than the other because I forgot to mention earlier the last part that's not on the sheet that I was debating about putting it on the sheet and where would I put it is what was your favorite out of the flight? Like if you were gonna order the 4 I sent you, just which one was your favorite?
Right.
But I was playing around with where to put it on the sheet.
So far for me, I've got A over B.
A over B.
Yeah, I'm having I'm gonna have a tough time with distillery on all of them. I feel like I'm having a worse time with B as far as distillery than A.
Oh yeah. Oh man, C has got some proof in it too. My goodness.
C's got some proof to her.
Yeah. Felt the tingle on the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And dried up the tongue a little bit. It's a little drying. And you can feel that proof sparkle.
Okay.
Man, once your mouth acclimates to it, though, and take another drink, you get some really good fruit notes in there.
Is that one standing out to you the most over A, you think?
I think so. Yeah, I think C might be my favorite so far.
I'm on to C now. B kind of threw me for a loop. I don't know if it's because after A or what, but And that one's pretty dry. On C, it did. Yeah. I feel like I got a red wine note on the finish.
Do you find it easier to go quickly or just go first thoughts or soak for a bit? It depends, man. Sometimes going back through after tasting other things on the palate will help you, but sometimes it won't, because after you've had, if like all four of them are pretty high proof, then your palate just starts getting wrecked by the time you try to go through a second time. And so I try not to spend too long or drink too much of one if I think it's pretty high proof, because I mean, if I get all slammered, it's not going to help me in the game at all.
Right. Oh man, I don't know.
Hey, William Reynolds is in the house. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Bourbon for bacon.
I
What's
don't
up,
even
buddy?
have a clue there.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Generous human.
This
Man, trying to think of a distillery for C.
Yeah, I'm stuck on as far as distillery on C. I'm drawing a blank,
Yeah.
so I hadn't answered that one yet.
I know that distillery is not going to be right, but I can't think of what else that would be. Oh goodness.
On D.
No, I was still just marinating on C.
On C.
Yeah.
So walk through it.
Oh my goodness. Did we send each other the same thing for D?
I don't think so.
No, we didn't. Whoa, that is definitely a crazy one. That has a lot of maple.
On D for you.
Yeah. D is a maple bomb. That's wild. Did you try D yet?
Yeah, I went back to my control to kind of
Reset.
bring that proof down a little bit.
Man.
Okay. Man, I think C is still the one that's tripping me up the most.
Oh yeah.
Same here.
Well, I don't know if
D
you've had anything from them.
is definitely sweet. Yeah, C it's throwing me. Yeah.
Who does? Man, the nose on D. I'm
What
not.
you got?
It's not matching the palate at all.
What's the nose telling you?
The nose smells like celery.
Really?
Oh yeah. I
Have
smell
to
celery on the nose and just get maple syrup on the palate.
see. Now I'm gonna have to after this is over. I'm gonna have to pour one and nose it. See if I can find that celery.
Lots of vegetable. Lots of vegetable. It's crazy.
Huh.
Crazy.
I think I'm gonna go back to B real quick.
Yeah. See, now that I said that out loud, I'm starting to get celery on the palate, which I wasn't getting. I wasn't getting that before, but now I'm getting it on the palate too. Now it's like it took a celery stick and dunked it in pancake syrup and eating it. It's so crazy, man. I can't get that out of my head now.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to pour D when we're done.
It's wild. Who makes a maple barrel finish with celery staves whiskey? What distillery would that be? Dude, that's crazy.
Could that be no? Could that be it? Maybe. I've done changed my. This is the third time I've changed my damn answer on B.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good God.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think D has the lowest proof of the lineup.
You think D has the lowest proof?
Yeah. I think D has the lowest proof. I cannot for life me think of what freaking distillery that would come out of though. I think it's got a crazy finish, but
so D's tripping you up the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, A and B, I was really confident in just going through until the distillery on B. I'm second guessing myself on that one. I just took a random stab in the dark with distillery on C because I don't know the distillery on C.
That's pretty much my whole sheet. It's a murder scene. It's just complete stab wounds like 20 times. It's an act of passion is what it is. It's just that's how you know someone got stabbed to death out of passion. There's multiple.
Yeah, didn't
Oh
stop
man.
after they died.
No.
Like,
Oh Lord.
he was
Yeah, I
stabbed
mean,
by his wife 76 times.
yeah. Yeah, that was just a casual thing. Had nothing to do with passion. I feel confident on A. That's probably the one I feel the most confident on. I follow that up with probably D. I feel, and then B, and then C. C, I feel the least confident.
No, John. The Knob Creek Maple. That is just you literally have pancake syrup in your whiskey. It's super. This is not as sweet as that.
These are tough. I mean, but again, this is shit. It doesn't. It's all gonna be tough to me.
Right.
I think I'm locked in. I mean, it ain't gonna get no
Yeah.
better. It ain't gonna get no better. It's just not. It is what it is.
Yep.
I've probably changed answers too much already. Yeah, B and D were sweet for me.
Okay. So you think you're good to talk answers?
Yeah, it's not getting any better for me.
Okay.
I promise.
All right. So I'll give you my A and then you give me yours, and we'll just go back and forth like that.
All right, yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah.
All right. So for A, I put that it was a bourbon,
Okay.
not finished, 130 proof Buffalo Trace, because the first thing that popped to mind when I had that sweet honey on the tip of the tongue and then the high proof in the middle of the palate, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
did he send me some stag? First thing I thought of. So I was like, man, if I put Buffalo Trace in, it's like E.H. Taylor barrel proof or stag or something like that. It's the first thing I thought of. And so, so the first one I put bourbon, no, 130 and Buffalo Trace. What'd you get for your A?
So A, you got bourbon, no,
Yeah,
130, and Buffalo Trace.
yeah. We'll do the reveal after giving each other our answers.
All right. On A, I got bourbon. I got it was finished.
Okay.
On the proof, I hit 107.
Okay.
And I called Makers.
All right. All right. So for my B, I got bourbon, that it was finished, 110 Angel's Envy. Because it had a nice red, fruity wine finish, and I couldn't really tell what the whiskey was under it, so I just guessed it was like an Angel's Envy store pick or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
On my B, I got that it was rye. It's not finished, 108 proof. And I finally settled on like Heaven Hill, thinking maybe Pikesville or Barely Legal Rye.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. C, I got, it's a bourbon, not finished, 125 Bardstown, and the Bardstown is just a stab in the dark. because I couldn't really. There was a note in there that reminded me of a Bardstown that I'd had. So I was like, there's a note in the middle of it that kind of reminds me of some Bardstown, but I'm not sure what it is. So I got Bourbon No 125 Bardstown.
All right. C for me, I went rye again. Finished. I went 98 proof. And distillery, I went the American Freedom, thinking maybe Horse Soldier.
Okay, D, I got yes, it's bourbon, but it's finished. And I put maple finished. I put 105 and MGP.
All right. On D, I went bourbon, not finished, 100 on the proof, and Buffalo Trace.
Dude, I'm telling you, your answers for A and B make 100% sense.
Mm-hmm.
You did great. But your answers for C and D are making me question if you got the right bottles. Because I'm just like, what? Because I'll reveal for you first. My A was the all ranks for vets by vets, the military pick of makers.
Nice. I liked it.
And so,
it was good.
Yeah, you nailed the distillery on the head. Makers, you got 3 points there. It is a bourbon, so you got a point. It is finished because they do the stave finish with those, and so you got a point. The proof is 109.5, and you guessed 107, so you were within 3 points, just barely not within one. So you got 3 points for the finish guess, and another 3 points for the hitting the makers on the head. So,
Nice.
like,
I'll take it.
Yeah, right out the gate, you got 8 points on the first bottle.
Sweet. Love
Amazing. It. Amazing job. Great job.
Still, it's lucky guess. On A for you, you said bourbon.
Yeah.
It's a rye.
What?
You said not finished, correct? It is not finished.
Okay.
You said 130 proof. It's 108 proof.
Whoa.
You said Buffalo Trace. It is the Peerless Rye.
What the heck? I was like, I got honey, and then I got proof.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
It's that Peerless Rye comes off like it's proofy.
so so I got 1 point. Great. All right, so second one. You said rye.
Yeah. The second one, I said rye.
Yep, but it is a bourbon.
Okay.
You said not finished. It is not. You guessed 108, and it's 109.2.
Sweet.
So again, you were within 3, barely not within 1. Barely.
Barely.
And it's a store pick, Four Roses single barrel.
Oh shit.
So that's why you said rye,
Nice.
because it's a higher rye whiskey.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
And so you got 4 points there.
All right.
Did great.
On your B, you said bourbon. It's a rye.
Goodness gracious.
You said yes, that it's finished. It is finished. You said 110 on the proof. It is 98.6 proof.
Goodness.
You said Angel's Envy. It is Midwinter's Night Dram 10.2.
I tried Midwinters for the first time ever just a couple days ago. And
Really?
I
Which
don't know
one was it?
I don't
The
know.
10.2?
I have no idea. Totally. The Simone Barkeep brought it over to the whiskey tasting that we had here. So once
Okay.
again, I got 1 point, dude. You're killing me.
Did you like the Midwinters, both of them?
Yeah, it was okay.
The
I have found that a finished rye just isn't my jam.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like it. It's well balanced. There's no crazy sharp offensive spikes anywhere or anything like that. But just when it comes to my whiskey flavor preferences, just finished ryes are just not really my jam.
Okay. I want to say, didn't you say that you felt like it was finished like in a
Yeah.
wine barrel? Yeah,
Yes.
it's finished. Yeah, it's finished in port. So
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, good call on that though.
Let's see. For C, you
That's
said
where I shook
rye.
my
It's
head.
a bourbon.
I
You said
thought high rye bourbon. I almost changed it, but I didn't.
well that yeah. So rye is the secondary grain. So you can see why you put that. You put it is finished, but it is not.
All right.
You said 98, but it's 115.62.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I was like,
huh.
Wait a minute. What the heck?
Yeah,
It's
something.
You know the bourbon baller, Lee, this is his Woodinville pick.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, but it was just really tough for me to really zone in on. I'd never had actual Woodinville either.
Right. This is one of the ones at the beginning I said, I know you've probably had two of these, but the other two, you've probably seen them, but might not have had them. So yeah, this is Lee's pick. It's 115.62 proof.
Yeah, it was good. It was complex. It was hard for me to nail that one down.
Yeah. And look who's in the house. Lee's right there. What's up, buddy? Yeah, he got to try your Woodinville for his C. What's up, Joe? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, it was a good pick. That's my first Woodinville ever. It was tough to nail that one down.
That's really cool. Glad you guys tried.
Your C.
Yeah.
Your C, you said bourbon.
Yep.
It is not. It's a rye.
What the heck?
You said it wasn't finished, and it is not finished. You said 125 proof. It is 112.2. You said Bardstown, and it is Turkey Rare Breed Rye.
That's Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye.
Yep.
Jeez. Samsonite. I was way off. Goodness.
Yeah, this fucking classic.
Yeah, this is the other one that I'm just like, did he get a different bottle? Did he get samples mixed up with somebody else or something? Because you said bourbon. It is a bourbon. You said not finished, and it is. To me, this one is kind of an obvious finish. Like no offense in saying that, but when I taste this whiskey, I'm just like, ooh. And you'll find out why in a minute. You said 100.
Now that I hadn't had anything for a bit, I kind of maybe a French oak, I guess maybe.
See, now I'm still confused because you said 100 proof. It's 113. Said Buffalo Trace, and this is Taconic barrel strength maple finish.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like,
there was something.
It being barrel strength is why I love it so much, because almost everybody that does honey or maple finishes will kick it out at like 90 proof. And so they come off super sweet. But since they left it at barrel strength, I think the maple finish complements it great.
See, I'd never had one of those either. And there was
Yeah.
something about that. I think again, following up with these other ones, there was something familiar with like the Blanton's Gold that I have.
Yeah.
There was something about that on the back end that if I just sit there and chew the air a little bit, that I could get on the Blanton's Gold. And I was like, all right, that's just what I'm gonna go with. It seemed the
Okay.
most familiar. But yeah, I get that maple now. And actually that was really good. That was my number 2. So I never had one. That's really good though.
And what'd you put for number 1? What was your favorite?
A.
Oh, you like A the best? That's
Yeah.
right. I
Yeah.
think you said that.
On your D, you said bourbon. It's a rye.
Son of
You said yes on the finished. It is finished.
right on.
You said 105 proof. It
Yep.
is 100 proof on the dot.
Ooh, it's 100 proof.
You said
Okay.
MGP. It is Angel's Envy Rye.
Oh
Kentucky.
goodness. So yeah, man. You killed it. Killed it. Nailing that first
I got
bottle.
lucky, is what I got.
Nailing the first bottle every point. Really, really sent you up. If you got 0 on that bottle, then we would have been tied.
Yeah, that
But
was.
you nailing it put it 13-5.
I went all in on the makers. There was something familiar about that, and there was it came off almost like a 46 to me.
Oh yeah.
And there was something really familiar with that, and just drawn on memory because that's out of all the makers, that's my favorite is just the 46 cask or whatever. Um, and I like some French oak stuff, but that was to me, I'm like, I'm just going all in on this one
Right.
and just let it be. So yeah, I just got lucky about that. But yeah, it was, I'll take it. I'll take luck any fucking day.
What do they say? It's better to be lucky than good.
Damn right. I'll take that all day, every day over being good. That's fun. And like I said, it's kind of nerve wracking at the same time.
Right?
It really
Right.
is.
But yeah, it's a fun game. Dude, the Angels Envy Rye.
Yeah. See, to me, it is. I'll have like one pour of that because to me, it's just that sweet. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
one pour. I've had it. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna have another one. I'll go back to something else.
Well, it
But,
makes sense now that I was saying celery and maple because it's finished in a rum cask. Therefore,
yeah,
you've got tons of that molasses type flavor in there.
right. And it's really good, but it's not something I'm gonna have 2 and 3 pours of. Now
No. Yeah.
the midwinters, yeah, I can have 2 or 3 pours of it. The Kentucky Owl, almost sent you the Kentucky Owl last, right?
Right.
That one, yeah, I can have 2 or 3 pours of that. But the Angel's Envy is like one and done for me. The Rare
Yeah.
Breed Rye, same thing. I can have 2 or 3 of that. Love it. Peerless, it is definitely a rye. So, and I remember I was like, I gotta have a little bit of an edge, right? I'm like, this is my first one. I gotta have a little bit of edge. I'm an enthusiast, so I'm not on the level of most of you guys at this point in time. And I was flipping through and I came across your live not that long ago, and you were talking with someone saying that you don't have a whole lot to recall on or a whole lot of experience with Rise. I was
Right.
like, all right, well, for one, I can broaden that. I
Yeah.
can give
Yeah.
him some Rise to experience. At the same time, maybe try and level this playing field just a little bit. He's not
Yeah.
familiar with that, and I'm sure he sees a lot of bottles there that I don't see here.
Uh-huh.
So it was really cool to try that C and D. Those were really, really interesting, and I liked those a lot. But A was my favorite, D was my second.
Gotcha.
Then I'd probably go C and then B for me.
Okay. Yes. Everything you said, absolutely true. The first flight Adam from Livewire ever sent me, I think he sent me 2 or 3 now. But the first one he ever sent me was all like barrel pick rye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Wow.
he knew I wasn't really into rye.
Yeah, yeah.
And since then, I've gained much more appreciation for it.
Mm.
Like Sagamore's Double Oak, love it. There's the Rittenhouse rye that I think is a really a bourbon lover's rye. The Rittenhouse
Okay.
rye is really good, and the Wild Turkey 101 rye. Those are probably my top 3 favorite ryes.
Man, when the Old Forester rye
Yes.
disappeared, then all of a sudden that's here anyway. That's when the Turkey 101 rye showed up, and I was like, oh, it's a saving grace because I love that cheap Old Forester rye was fantastic.
So you don't see this anymore, the 100
Mm,
proof.
I haven't seen that probably in 2 years or more.
Well, I probably bought this one 2 years ago, and there's still some left. So that tells you it wasn't one that really hit me as one that I liked that much.
And the thing is, like you see all of the Old Foresters, not the special releases, but all your just your regulars. We
Yeah.
see all of those, but that's the one that has not shown back up for whatever damn reason. I don't know. But the
That's
Turkey
really weird.
101 Rise is fantastic, especially at that price.
Okay.
I haven't tried the Rittenhouse though. When I first set off on this, going from just someone who just enjoys bourbon, just sitting back, to discovering that whiskey tube was a thing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see finish after finish coming out and this, everything being
Yep.
done. I wasn't a rye fan. And the first rye that got me on board was a Pikesville because it was barely legal rye. And then I started to appreciate and acclimate to the rye a little bit more. And then now I can enjoy, those, 100% ryes, those, but it took me some time to get to where I can appreciate and enjoy them. And then some, I'm just like, no, that's just trash. Stop it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
ones,
like
wow,
there's I think it was Wilderness Trail that I tried the rye, and I'm just like, it's like I'm drinking gum, like spearmint gum.
Spearmint gum. Yeah.
I didn't like it. Some ryes are just super minty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not my flavor profile preference. I want some like dark charred caramel and butterscotch, and give me something delicious. Don't give me like a piece of spearmint gum that you sprinkled pepper on. That's not fun for me. Because the rye spices.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that rye spice can trick you into proof, and it can really fool your palate a lot. I'm trying to think of what else I was going to send.
So Adam's here. Hey Adam, I was just talking about you.
What's up, Adam?
He must have had his ears ringing somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. But that's kind of cool that he did the same thing. And like I said, when I was just, like I said, I flipped on, I don't know if it was a review or if it was a live you were talking about. I think it was a review. Yeah. And you had mentioned it, and I was like, huh. I was like, okay. All right. I got to have some kind of trick up my sleeve, something to try and help level this out, because I'm going to get demolished if I don't. So, and then hopefully you found something that you liked. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at with the ryes you sent. None of them were really that mint and bacon spices heavy ryes.
Right.
They were a little bit sweeter and darker than some of those ryes that I don't really care for. And so that's why I thought they were bourbons, because they tasted dark and sweet.
And other than the Peerless Rye, they pretty much are, all of them are bourbon, drinker's rye. Which is, like I said, I think if I'd gone the route of those straight ryes, if I'd gone that route, I think it would have been a little too easy for you to pick out that it's a rye. I'm not going to, I can't make it like that. He's going to know right off the bat it's a rye. So I want to give him something that he's going to enjoy, but at the same time, make it hard for him to, decide which one it is. So in that way, I'm like, all right, next time he sees something at the store, he's like, all right, I'll take this rare breed rye home a little bit more towards your straight rye.
Yeah.
And I have something on hand. Hang on. I'll just in case I did win, I'll just bring this on out.
Oh no. Oh, I was totally going to bring my sword. So I have a sword in my entryway that's holding up my family crest banner, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
got my old family crest banner because my grandpa looked us up back to the 1200s when my family was being knights and cool stuff like that. And
Nice.
so I paid a ridiculous amount of money for this huge family crest thing, and it's cloth embroidered, really really lots of detail. But there's a sword that holds it up on the wall in the entryway, and I was gonna bring the sword in here, so you have it. I'm glad you liked the thumbnail.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. It's actually, and this one came from Grimfrost out of Sweden. And you could go on their website, and what they did was the last Viking sword that they unearthed there. Since they do everything handmade, clothing, everything, so they
Yeah,
hand forged it, did everything exactly like they did, with their ancestors, and recreated the last sword that they unearthed. And so that's the one I got from them, which is kind of similar to the thumbnail that you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. I like that, and I fucking love the show Vikings. I've watched it over 3 times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, but I was like, he couldn't have picked a better thumbnail, so I loved it. And I meant to tell you that in a message.
Oh man.
And I was like, I'm gonna have it right here next to me, and if I lose, I'm not bringing it out. But if I win, I'm gonna put it on my shoulder. so, I almost fucking forgot it was right
Oh
here.
dude, that's so funny. I absolutely freaking love it.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So yeah, I was planning ahead of time to bring it. My the sword I have in the entryway is a real like a more British influence, like King Arthur style, because back in that days, that's where my family was, and settled in Wales.
Okay.
So I've got a lot of Welsh in me and my
Yeah, I think
line.
for me it was Scandinavian. The second highest percentage was Germanic, Scottish, Irish, and then
Yeah.
like 1 maybe 2% Native American, something like that.
Yep.
But that was a lot of fucking fun though. And my client, I don't have a morning client to train, so I can stay up a little later.
Oh, right on. So speaking of that, I think Slapshot is on live right now. If let me see, pretty sure he is, because since we got done when we got done, right now my kiddos are about to head to bed, and so I'm gonna actually break contact. I'm gonna go inside and say goodnight to the kids, put them to bed and whatnot, and then, excuse me, I'll come back out and jump on a Slapshots live.
All right.
So if you guys, if there's a mod and can, if a mod can drop the link, Brian just started on like 15 minutes ago. So jump over on Brian's Slapshot Roadhouse. Somebody drop the link, and I will be there after I tuck in the kids and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll jump over there. I have very little room on this damn desk, but I'm gonna make some room, clean this shit up, and then I'll hop on over there too.
Right on. Hey, Jason, it was an absolute blast playing the my favorite drinking game with you.
Nah,
And
pleasure's all mine.
congrats on the win, buddy.
Skull, brother. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we'll see you over at Brian's.
Yep.
Cheers.